Before GPS tractors, before autonomous plows, before farming became digital, there was a time when iron, grease, and human grit carved the fields of the world. Some machines didn't just plow soil, they reshaped farming forever. From roaring diesel beasts that tore through hard clay like butter, to simple yet revolutionary designs that helped farmers work faster, farther, and stronger than ever before. These are the 10 vintage plowing machines that changed farming machines so iconic that without them, modern agriculture would not exist. Get ready, because what you're about to see isn't just old machinery. It's the technology that fed nations and built the backbone of modern farming. Number 1. The John Deere Model D. When the John Deere Model D appeared in 1923, it marked a turning point not just for the company, but for the entire world of mechanized plowing. Before its arrival, many machines either lacked power, were unreliable, or were simply too complex for everyday farmers. The Model D shattered those limitations by being the first John Deere tractor designed specifically with brute pulling power and simple engineering at its core. Its iconic two-cylinder Johnny Popper engine may have sounded quirky, but its slow, rhythmic beat delivered enormous torque that made it capable of pulling heavy two-bottom plows through soil conditions that had previously been nearly impossible for smaller tractors. Farmers quickly discovered that the Model D could do something horses never could: work without getting tired. The ability to run for hours without rest completely changed how fields were plowed. Suddenly, farmers were no longer limited by the speed or fatigue of animals. The Model D gave them the ability to reclaim time, expand acreage, and take control of their schedules. Its all-steel construction, durable transmission, and straightforward mechanical layout made it nearly indestructible. Many owners reported years of use with minimal repairs, even under punishing conditions. The John Deere Model D remained in production for over 30 years. The longest-running tractor in Deere's history. That longevity wasn't a coincidence. It was a result of rock-solid engineering, real-world reliability, and performance that proved itself year after year. Today, restored Model Ds still run in parades, antique shows, and sometimes even in fields, reminding us that this was the machine that proved mechanical plowing wasn't just the future, it was the new standard. Number 2. Fordson Model F. The Fordson Model F didn't just enter the farming world, it exploded into it like a revolution. Introduced in 1917, this tractor changed everything because it brought something no previous machine had offered: mass affordability. Henry Ford applied assembly line production techniques from his automotive empire to tractor manufacturing, slashing costs and making the Fordson the first machine that small, everyday farmers could realistically buy. At a time when horses still dominated agriculture, the idea of owning a tractor felt like owning the future, and the Model F made that dream possible. Powered by a kerosene-burning 4-cylinder engine, the Fordson Model F could pull a two-bottom plow with ease. It replaced teams of horses overnight, and unlike animals, it didn't need constant feeding, rest, or care. Farmers quickly embraced it as a workhorse capable of drastically reducing labor hours. For many families recovering from wartime struggles, this tractor meant survival. Its lightweight design, inline layout, and simple controls made it easier to operate than other early tractors that were heavy, bulky, and intimidating. The Fordson became particularly important in Europe and the Soviet Union, where it contributed to widespread agricultural modernization. In some regions, it was the first machine to break virgin land that had never been mechanically farmed. Its impact was so massive that historians often call it the tractor that ended the age of horsepower. Even today, Fordsons are treasured by collectors worldwide, not just because they are iconic, but because they represent the moment farming shifted from muscle to machine, forever altering the course of agricultural history. Number 3. International Harvester Farmall F-20. The International Harvester Farmall F-20 wasn't just another tractor from the 1930s, it was a symbol of the changing landscape of agriculture. As row crop farming became more specialized, farmers needed a machine capable of doing more than brute pulling. They needed precision, maneuverability, and versatility. The Farmall F-20 delivered all of that and more, becoming a legend in plowing and cultivation. The narrow front design, one of the most recognizable features of Farmall tractors, gave the F-20 incredible agility between rows of corn, cotton, and other crops. This design allowed farmers to plow or cultivate with confidence, knowing they wouldn't damage plants or waste time repositioning. Under the hood, its four-cylinder engine delivered strong and consistent pulling power that made deep plowing easier and more reliable, even in challenging soil types. But the F-20's greatest contribution was its adaptability. It wasn't just a plowing machine, it was a multi-tool for the farm. It could cultivate, seed, pull wagons, and run belt-driven equipment. This multi-purpose nature meant it could replace several pieces of equipment at once, saving farmers money during the financially unstable 1930s. Many families described the F-20 as the machine that kept their farms alive during difficult years. The tractor's sturdy construction and straightforward mechanics made it easy to maintain. Countless F-20 tractors still run today, proving that International Harvester built them to last. More importantly, the Farmall F-20 changed how farmers viewed tractor work, not as brute force alone, but as precise, controlled, and efficient agriculture. Number 4. Case Model L. The Case Model L entered the scene in the 1920s with a reputation that spread fast. It was a giant for its time, a machine that dwarfed many early tractors both in physical size and pulling performance. While smaller machines struggled with deep-cutting plows, the Model L thrived in the toughest conditions, especially in the heavy clay soils of the Great Plains and northern regions. Equipped with a massive 6.3-liter four-cylinder engine, the Model L delivered unmatched torque, allowing farmers to pull large multi-bottom plows that were previously reserved for steam traction engines. And that's what made it historic. It effectively replaced the age of steam with a more manageable, more affordable, and more efficient source of plowing power. Farmers often used the Case L for large-scale breaking of virgin prairie, transforming untouched land into fertile farms. Its heavy cast-iron frame and oversized transmission components were built to handle severe workloads. Its reliability under stress made it a favorite for custom plowing crews that traveled from farm to farm preparing fields before planting season. The Model L wasn't just a powerful tractor, it was a workhorse that expanded American farming westward. Its strength allowed farmers to cultivate land that had previously been impossible to work with horses or lightweight tractors. Even today, enthusiasts admire the Model L for its raw strength and robust engineering. It remains a testament to the era when plowing machines were built like industrial giants and expected to conquer the land. Number 5. Allis-Chalmers Model WC. The Allis-Chalmers Model WC arrived in 1933 during one of the hardest economic periods in American history. The Great Depression had devastated farm incomes, and farmers needed a machine that was affordable, efficient, and versatile enough to justify every dollar spent. The WC became that machine, arguably one of the most important plowing tractors of its time. One of its biggest innovations was the adoption of pneumatic rubber tires. Until then, tractors used heavy steel wheels that caused soil compaction, limited traction, and slowed field work. The WC proved rubber tires weren't just a convenience, they were a game-changing advancement. These tires improved traction dramatically, allowing the WC to pull plows faster, with less wheel slip and reduced fuel consumption. Farmers soon realized they could plow more acres in less time, using less energy. Powered by a strong four-cylinder engine, the WC delivered impressive performance while remaining fuel efficient. It could pull two bottom plows reliably in most soil types and maintain steady field speeds that older machines struggled to match. Allis-Chalmers priced it aggressively, making it one of the most accessible tractors for small and mid-sized farmers during a financially desperate era. Beyond plowing, the WC was incredibly versatile. It could handle cultivation, hauling, mowing, and belt-powered equipment. Many farms relied on it as their primary machine, and its reliability earned the trust of thousands of farmers who needed stability in uncertain times. Today, the Model WC is considered a classic icon, one of the machines that carried agriculture through the Depression and pushed it into a new era of efficient modern farming. Number 6. Ferguson Brown Model A. When Harry Ferguson introduced the Ferguson Brown Model A in 1936, he brought to the world the single greatest innovation in plowing machine history, the three-point hitch system. This invention changed the entire concept of how plows attach to tractors, how they lift, how they operate, and how safe they are. Before this system, plows were dragged behind tractors using tow bars or chains. This created dangerous situations. Plows could dig too deep, get stuck, or even flip the tractor backward. Ferguson's three-point hitch solved everything. By connecting the plow directly to the tractor's hydraulic lift system, the tractor gained full control of depth, angle, and weight distribution. This transformed plowing into a smoother, more controlled process. Farmers could lift the plow at the end of each row without stopping. They could adjust depth instantly based on soil conditions. The tractor no longer lost traction because the plow's weight transferred to the rear wheels, another groundbreaking advantage. The Ferguson Brown Model A wasn't just a tractor, it was a technological leap that reshaped the world. Nearly every tractor on Earth today uses the three-point hitch system that Ferguson invented, and it all began with this small, innovative machine that forever changed how farmers plow land. Number 7. Ford 8N. When the Ford 8N was released in 1947, it became the most popular tractor in American history, and plowing was one of its greatest strengths. With a 4-speed transmission, improved hydraulics, and an easy-to-operate design, the 8N made farm work faster and more manageable for millions of farmers. Powered by a reliable 4-cylinder gasoline engine, the 8N could pull 2 bottom plows effectively on most soil types. Its lightweight design made it fuel-efficient, while its new position control system allowed for even more precise plowing depth adjustment. This combination made it a favorite for small and medium-sized farms that needed an affordable but capable machine. The impact of the 8N went beyond its mechanical ability. After World War II, returning soldiers needed affordable machinery to restart their farms. The 8N became their partner. It was cheap, strong, easy to repair, and produced at a scale no tractor had ever matched. Even 75+ years later, thousands of Ford 8Ns still plow fields, mow land, and pull implements across the world. No tractor has ever matched the cultural and agricultural influence of this post-war giant. Number 8. Minneapolis-Moline UDLX. Long before climate-controlled cabs and air suspension seats became standard, the Minneapolis-Moline UDLX, introduced in 1938, brought a level of luxury that farmers had never dreamed of. In an era when tractors were open, rough, loud, and exhausting to operate, the UDLX offered a fully enclosed automotive-style cabin, complete with heating, electric windshield wipers, headlights, a speedometer, comfortable seats, and even a factory-installed radio. It was advertised as the car tractor, designed to be driven on the road at speeds up to 40 mph and used in the field without removing the cab. But comfort wasn't the UDLX's only contribution to farming. Under the stylish exterior was a powerful engine capable of heavy plowing. Powered by a robust Minneapolis-Moline 4-cylinder engine, the UDLX pulled multi-bottom plows and handled long hours of field work without overheating or stalling. Farmers who used it were amazed at how easily it handled deep soil turnover, especially during early spring plowing when the ground was tough and conditions were cold. Although the UDLX was mechanically impressive, its high price during the Great Depression limited sales. Most farmers simply couldn't afford luxury, even if it boosted productivity. But its influence lived on. The concept of enclosed, comfortable tractor cabs eventually became universal in farming. Today, every modern tractor cab, from budget compact tractors to massive 4WD units, can trace its origins back to the UDLX, the machine that boldly suggested comfort could enhance performance. Collectors now consider the UDLX one of the rarest and most desirable vintage tractors ever built. It stands as a symbol of innovation ahead of its time, a tractor that changed what farmers expected from plowing machines. Number 9. Caterpillar 30. In the early 20th century, farmers in regions with sticky clay soils, marshy fields, or uneven landscapes struggled with wheeled tractors. Wheels slipped, bogged down, or sank into soft ground. The Caterpillar 30, introduced in the late 1920s, changed all that. By adopting crawler tracks, Caterpillar created a tractor that could deliver incredible traction, making it one of the most effective plowing machines ever built for heavy soil. The 30 wasn't the largest or most powerful crawler of its era, but it struck the perfect balance between size, weight, and pulling power. Its gasoline engine produced strong torque at low RPMs, ideal for slow, consistent plowing. The track system prevented slippage, allowing the tractor to maintain steady forward motion even in wet or deep soils. Suddenly, fields that had been impossible to farm became workable. Areas with steep slopes or marshy bottoms were now accessible. Farmers especially appreciated how the 30 handled freshly broken sod, a task that defeated many wheeled tractors. Because tracks distributed weight across a larger area, the 30 avoided soil compaction issues that were common with steel wheels. Its simplicity and durability made it a favorite among large wheat farms, logging operations, and reclamation projects. The Caterpillar 30 didn't just pull plows, it expanded farmland across entire regions. It transformed agricultural potential in parts of California, the Midwest, and even Australia and South America. Modern crawler tractors still owe their existence to this pioneering machine, which proved that tracks weren't just for construction, they were a transformative tool for agriculture. Number 10. Oliver 80 Row Crop. The Oliver 80 row crop was one of the most powerful row crop tractors of the 1930s, famous for its ability to handle heavy plowing with ease. At a time when many tractors overheated during long plowing sessions, the Oliver 80 introduced a forced air cooling system that kept temperatures under control even during the hottest days or toughest soil conditions. This innovation made the tractor extremely reliable for deep continuous plowing, something earlier tractors struggled to maintain. Powered by a rugged 6-cylinder engine, the Oliver 80 produced strong, steady horsepower that made it perfect for large moldboard plows. Its long wheelbase provided excellent stability and traction, allowing farmers to plow larger areas in fewer passes. The tractor's heavy-duty frame and transmission were overbuilt for durability, giving farmers confidence to push the machine to its limits. The Oliver 80 also excelled in row crop applications thanks to its adjustable front axle and comfortable operator positioning. Farmers could cultivate and plow with greater accuracy, reducing wasted time and effort. For large Midwestern farms transitioning away from horses and small tractors, the Oliver 80 became the workhorse of choice. Its combination of power, cooling innovation, and reliability helped farmers expand operations and increase productivity at a time when agriculture was modernizing rapidly. The Oliver 80 wasn't just a plowing machine. It was a signal that farming was evolving into a profession powered by engineering, endurance, and precision. Even today, restored Oliver 80 tractors impress collectors with their strength and distinctive design. They remain a testament to how one machine can elevate the standards of an entire industry. Those were the plowing legends, the machines that didn't just work the land, they transformed it. They paved the way for today's farming technology, proving that innovation doesn't always need computers. Sometimes it just needs brilliant engineering and fearless farmers. Which one of these vintage plows amazed you the most? Tell me in the comments. I read every one. If you enjoyed this journey into farming history, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who loves old-school machinery. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep exploring the machines that shaped our world.